I am excited to be out here in the shop once again. I'm making some really exciting projects out of some really cool steels. Today, it's time to finish some full tang hatchets. They have been quenched, tempered, and I am very excited to get them finished. Cannot wait to see the hamon on the Soul Survivor knife here. And I am very pleased to announce that I have handle material chosen. I have some incredible figure black walnut scales for the Soul Survivor. For the bearded hatchet, I have a set of very spalted wood scales. Not sure exactly what this wood is, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And last but not least, on the more traditional tomahawk looking hatchet, I have old tried and true desert ironwood. So, it's now time to trace the tangs of these blades onto their handle material, and then I will cut those down, thin them down, I will taper the tangs, and then it's time to finish grind all the blades. I'm going to use a wire wheel on a drill press to clean up the flat areas on the hatchets, kind of leave it with a more rustic look. So, without further ado, I'm going to trace some tangs and make some more dust. So on this piece, the balance point is right about there, which is not quite where I want it to be. I want the balance point to be more up in here. And so in order to do that, on this one, I'm actually going to taper the tang a little bit. So it'll be thinner at the end here than here. It'll still be flat, but it will taper where the scales are. I'm also going to grind down the end of the handle here because it is a little wide. So tapered tang, grind that down. That should move my balance point up to about here, even with the ironwood scales on it. So that'll be the plan for the more tomahawk-like full tang hatchet. Now for this guy, his balance point is about there. And for me, I think that's pretty perfect. It's within the edge. I may taper the tang a little bit, but it feels really great, very controllable. I'm quite pleased with where the balance point is on this hatchet. the bevels on the Soul Survivor up to 400 grit. And that is ready for hand sanding. I will start the hand sanding at 320 grit. And that just, that combination for me removes those machine scratches really easily, and it makes hand sanding a breeze. Now these guys, I finished the bevels on the horizontal grinder to 120 grit, and that's actually where I'm going to leave them. So now it is time to taper these two tangs. And now that I have the hand sanding done, it is time to etch this knife. Now it is out of the ferric chloride, and that hamon is looking very promising. So I'm going to use some Flitz polish. It will remove the oxides and reveal the hamon. Now that is quite a cool hamon. And the hamon looks really quite wonderful on this side as well. So I'm very pleased with that. I am now going to glue the handles on the Soul Survivor and the two hatchets. Those will cure overnight, and tomorrow we'll get the handles all finished and all three will be totally done. The handles on all three of these have been glued and cured, and so now I'm going to take some time and I'm going to clean up the inside of the tangs on the small wheel attachment on the grinder. So this is just such a wonderful full tang tomahawk hatchet. The handle is absolutely, I mean, it's just really comfortable. And I'm really liking the idea of making some more in the 1080. I am really liking that steel. This one, got that tapered tang. The balance is really great. You can choke up on it real nice. And they feel solid, almost indestructible. So, I'm very excited to continue making more of these. And this Soul Survivor turned out amazing. That 1080 is really cool. That walnut handle is just absolutely crazy. This is some really figured walnut. And it goes really well with the copper pins. So I'm very excited about that. It's nice and thick, tapered tang. Gives it really great balance. For a very thick knife, it's actually not super heavy. You can choke up on it all the way. Choke up on it like this. It really is. I really love this design. This is one of the first knife designs I ever made, and it is still one of my absolute favorites. Alright, I am very excited to call this episode completely done. These full tang hatchets are looking absolutely wonderful. I am very excited to put an edge on them and do a little bit of chop testing. I want to thank you for continuing to watch all of my videos. It's what lets me do all the crazy awesome projects out here in the shop. I'm really excited to be making some really amazing stuff for you guys. And if you have not already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me to grow the channel. I want to thank you one last time. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Catch you on the next episode of Let's Make a Knife.